Dear students, welcome to our learning session. Now in previous lectures of probability, we have learned the basics of probability and we have also learned about the probability mass function. Now in this lecture of probability and distribution, we will learn about the continuous random variable. Now let us see the basics of the topic and then we'll proceed towards the example. During random experiment, there exists continuous random variable like length, height, width, measurements of some objects, volume of fluid, etc. Let x and y be such continuous random variables, then xy is a two-dimensional random variable. For a, limit is for a less than equal to x less than equal to b and c less than equal to y less than equal to d, then the joint probability density is denoted by f of xy and probability is given by double integration a to b and c to d f of xy dy dx, provided that f of xy must be greater than or equal to 0 and double integration from minus infinity to plus infinity f of xy dxy dx dy equal to 0. Next is probability density function. If x be a continuous random variable such that the probability of variable x falling in the small interval x minus 1 by 2 dx to x plus 1 by 2 dx is f of x dx, that is p of x minus 1 by 2x less than equal to x less than equal to x plus 1 by 2 dx equal to f of x dx. The function f of x here is called probability density function of the random variable x and the continuous curve y is equal to fx is called the probability curve. Let us see some of the properties of probability density function. First is f of x must be greater than 0 or equal to 0 and the range of x is minus infinity to infinity. Second probability is integration of fx for the limit minus infinity to plus infinity with respect to x must be equal to 1. And third is p of a less than x less than b must be equal to integration of fx in the interval a to b dx. You need to remember these properties. Okay. Now next is continuous distribution function. If x is a continuous random variable having the probability density function f of x, then the function fx equal to capital P, that is probability of x less than equal to x is equal to integration of fx minus infinity to x with respect to x, where x is from minus infinity to plus infinity, is called the distribution function or cumulative distribution function of the random variable x. This was the basic definition of cumulative distribution function, or you can say distribution function. Let us see some of the properties of cumulative distribution function. First is f of minus infinity must be equal to 0, f of infinity is equal to 1, 0 less than equal to f of x less than equal to 1 and x is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Next property is p of a less than x less than b is always equal to f of b minus f of a, and f dash x equal to d by dx of fx, which is equal to fx, where this value fx is always positive. Now let us move towards the examples to understand this in the better way. Okay. First example, show that the function f of x defined by fx equal to 1 by x, value of x is here between 1 to 8, and beyond this value the value of fx is 0, is the probability density function for the random variable. See, first you have to show that this is a probability density function, and also you have to find the value of p of 3 less than x less than 10. So first we will prove that it is a probability density function. Now here f of x is greater than 0, okay, between the value 1 less than x less than 8, between the value 1 to 8. So according to our definition, minus infinity to infinity f of x dx. We have to find this value first of all, right? So now what we will do is, we will split this limit, okay. What we will do is, we will split this limit. So here the value is starting from 1. So first we will take minus 1 infinity to 1. Our next interval is 1 to 8. So we will put here 1 to 8, and last we will take from 8 to infinity, okay. So now we know that only between 1 to 8 the value of fx is given to us, and that is positive. Elsewhere, everywhere the value is 0, okay. So only for this function you are given the value 1 by 7, and the rest values will be 0 according to your given function. Now 1 to 8 1 by x dx, we will integrate this. Now 1 by x is constant over here, so integration of dx is always x, and we'll put the limit 1 to 8. So upper limit minus lower limit, you get 8 minus 1, that is 7 by 7, that is equal to 1. So from this you can say here that f of x is a probability density function. Now next you have to find the value of 3 less than x less than 8. Now see, again you are given that the value between 1 to 8. So first we will split this value, 3 to 8 we will take, and next you have to take 8 to 10. In between 1 to 8 your value is always 7. So this value comes under the given condition 1 to 8. So you write here 1 by 7, and this will be equal to 0. Again we are keeping 1 by z as constant, 1 by 7 as constant, integration of dx will be x, and we'll put the limit over here. So upper limit minus lower limit, 8 minus 3, this is equal to 5 by 7. So this is the value of p for 3 less than x less than 8. Right? Let us move towards the next example. Example 2. Find the constant k such that the function fx equal to kx square, we are given here kx square for the limit 0 to 3, and beyond this limit or other than this limit the value of fx is 0, is a probability density function, and compute, you have to find these three values: 1 less than x less than 2, x less than 2, and x greater than 2. Okay, what you have to do is, you have to find the value of k, and you are given that fx is a probability density function. So whenever fx is a probability density function, so this is the equation: minus infinity to infinity f of x equal to 1. As in our previous example, for probability density function, we have proved that the given the value of the interval is equal to 1. Okay, so whenever you are being said that fx is a probability density function, then the value of integration of minus infinity to plus infinity f of x dx is always equal to 1. So we are taking the same equation over here. Okay, now you are given the value between 0 less than x less than 3. So we will split this integration limits. So we will take minus infinity to 0, 0 to 3 and 3 to infinity equal to 1. So between 0 to 3 your value is kx square and other terms will become 0. Okay. So now we will just integrate this function. So k is constant, we are keeping as it is. Integration of x square will be x cube by 3 by using the formula x raised to n dx equal to x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Okay, so you get here x cube by 3. Now we'll put upper limit and lower limit. In place of x we are putting here 3. So 3 cube by 3 minus, in place of x we will put here 0. So 0 by cube, 0 cube by 3. This whole term will become 0. You just get here, and this 1 3 will get cancelled. You get here k into 3 square equal to 1. So 3 square is equal to 9. So 9k equal to 1. Hence the value of k is equal to 1 by 9. So your function is finally here fx equal to 1 by 9 x square in the limit 0 to 3, and elsewhere your function is 0. Now we will start finding one by one values. First is p 1 less than x less than 2. You are given the value between 0 to 3. Okay, 0 less than x less than 3. So this values comes in the interval 0 to 3. So we will directly put here the value of fx 1 by 9 x square dx, right? Now 1 by 9 is constant, so I am taking out here. Integration of x square will be x cube by 3, and now we will do upper limit minus lower limit. We will put x equal to 2 here, so you get 2 cube by 3 minus, we will put x equal to 1 here, so you get 1 cube by 3. On simplifying these values, you get, see, this will be 1 by 9, 2 cube is 8, 2 into 2 into 2, so 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3. Okay, so here the denominator is same, so you get 8 minus 1 by 3. So this is equal to 7 by 3, and 7, this will be 1 by 9 into 7 by 3, which is equal to 7 by 27. So this is your answer for first value. Now your next is p less than 2. So p less than 2 means what? Less than means how much less than? So it goes to minus infinity. So your limit will be minus infinity to 2. But you are given value between what? 0 and 3. So we will split this limit. Minus infinity to 0 and 0 to 2. So again this term will be 0, and the value for 0 to 2 is 1 by 9 x square. Again I will put 1 by 9 as constant, and I will take this 3 outside, so you get 1 by 27. So x cube will be, we'll put x equal to 2, so x cube, 2 cube minus 0 cube is 0. On simplifying this, you get 8 by 27. Now third part is for x greater than equal to 2. See, now there is no limit. Okay, so x greater than 2, so you can take as 1 minus p less than 2, and we have just found the value of p of x less than 2, that is 8 by 27. On simplifying this, you get 19 by 27. Let us check one more example. The troubleshooting capacity of an IC chip in a circuit is random variable x, whose distribution function is given by fx equal to 0, for x less than equal to 3. That is, the value of fx will be 0 when the value of x is less than equal to 3, and when the value goes beyond 3, that is for x greater than 3, your function is 1 minus 9 by x square, where x denotes the number of years. Find the probability that the IC chip will work properly for less than 8 years, for beyond 8 years, between 5 to 7 years, and anywhere between 2 to 5 years. So we will start solving one by one. So your first is what? Less than 8 years. See, now you are given that for 0 you are given your function as year. See, what is your function given to you is for less than 3 and for x greater than 3. Okay. First is x less than equal to 8. That means for f of 8, this is obviously greater than 3, right? So your function will be what? 1 minus 9 by x square, and your x is 8. So 1 minus 8 square, this is equal to 0.8594. Next is for greater than 8. Now as in our previous example, when it is for greater than sign, we will take 1 minus x less than particular term. Okay, so 1 minus p of x less than equal to 8, that is 1 minus f of 8, and the value of f of 8 is 0.8594. This is equal to 0.1406. Next term, for 5 and 7, between 5 and 7. So what we will do is, we will minus here f of 7 minus f of 5, and this comes in the interval for x greater than 3. Okay, so it was 1 minus 9 upon x square. Your x here is 7 and your x here is 5. So 1 minus 9 upon 7 square into 1 minus 9 upon 5 square. On simplifying this, you get 0.1763. And the last is for between 2 to 5 years. So f of 5 minus f of 2, that is 1 minus 9 by 5 square, minus, for this term you get, and for f of 2 you get 0, because for the values less than equal to 3, your function f of x over here is 0. So in simplifying this, you get 0.64. So dear students, go through more examples on this topic, and next lecture we will move on to the other topics of probability and distribution. Thank you.